Yo, 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 what's up? This is Paradigm Shift, Episode 8. We're dealing with a heavy subject, but I think in life we have to deal with these subjects. We can't just push them away. So we're dealing with how to cope or deal with loss. Um, the reason that I'm talking about this subject is because some close family lost their cat recently, and it's just something I didn't think maybe I should talk about, um, because it happened so soon. But why not? Why not get into it? And if those family members are watching right now, I'm really sorry that that happened. And he was an amazing cat, and I love him and loved him. So rest in peace, Potter. Um, Dealing with loss. Obviously, it's a hard subject because in our lives there are people and pets and things even that you know we lose, that either pass away or die, or a relationship that we loved and cherished so much and meant so much to us, um stopped or ended. And you know we usually feel deep pain about these things. Um, and I just want to say the first step is to go into that pain. So allow yourself to feel the pain, that emotion, the sadness that that loss has given you, because it's going to give you something, whether it's an immense pain from the death of a cat or somebody in your life close to you, or it's a relationship ending, or your favorite car got totaled, or your house burnt down. These things are going to cause immense pain. And obviously with the different types of things, you're going to experience varying amounts. And the first step is to go into that pain. Allow yourself, because some people think I shouldn't be thinking about that. I shouldn't be feeling this. And you can't restrict yourself. When an emotion comes up, you can't restrict yourself from having that emotion. Ultimately, the quickest way out of that darkness is to go into it. Because when you experience something fully, when you allow yourself to experience that pain or anger or sadness fully, you actually bring yourself into the moment. Because when you're living in the moment, it means you're experiencing whatever is happening to you at that time. So if you feel pain, if you feel sadness, you have to go into it. And if you haven't really practiced this ever, you might reject it, of course. Maybe you might even think, dude, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be crying for weeks or months. But what ends up happening is you go into it, it brings you into the moment, and you will come out of it quicker. Most of the times, a lot of the people who get into deep, long depressions that last months, years, I definitely used to do that. I myself would go, I would have amazing months where I was working out all the time, where I was hyped on life, where I was, that usually happened during the summer. And then when the winter came around, when the rain started, and it was, raining for 6 months straight and you never see the sun, I would go into these depressions, these long periods of time, sometimes 6 months. of of just being lazy, no energy, not wanting to do anything, you know, my energy would be gone, right? And a lot of the times I would try to reject that feeling. I would try to tell myself, you shouldn't be experiencing this. You shouldn't be feeling this way. And it drove me deeper into that hole, because I wasn't allowing myself to be in the moment. I was thinking in the future, in the past. Oh, if I did this differently. Oh, if I, oh, if only I was there, or if only I could do more, or blah, 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 right? It takes you out of it, and then you build up this energy of sadness or anger, and then it can explode later down the road, and all that energy building up, and then you release it at a later date. It takes away so much more energy from you. So my first tip is to go into that pain, because when you go into that, it'll bring you back into the moment. And even though you are still going to feel sadness, you're still going to feel pain, you're still going to feel hurt, it's a necessary thing. You know, even myself now, um, I still have moments of anxiety, of pain, of sadness, anger, and I found out, especially now that I'm in a relationship, um, like a long term relationship. I mean, even though it hasn't been long term, but I see it as long term. Anyways, I've found more things coming up, right? And I mean, that should be a totally different episode about relationships and things coming up. But, anyways, I felt sadness that I haven't felt in a while, or anger, or my emotions have been taken to the next level by being in an intimate relationship. And it has really nothing to do with her. It's just things that, because I haven't been in a relationship for a while, that those emotions come up. And what I really try to do is go into them and feel them. And sometimes, honestly, it's almost as if it's new to me, because when I was single or dating, just out there kind of meeting new people all the time, I felt as if I had control over my world, and I had done a lot of work on myself. And, I felt great. And then all of a sudden, you have someone that you care about so much, and it takes your emotions to the next level. So that's what happens when you lose someone you care about, or lose something, or a pet. You're so tied and connected to that animal or that person that your emotions are in the next level. Like, I can feel it now. And we all have something that we've gone through, or something that we care about so much that we don't want to lose. And then when it happens, you feel this just great heavy weight on you, right? Um, I mean, this is another thing that I want to talk about, is that ultimately nothing in this world is ours to keep. Nothing. Not life, not a house, not your car, not your relationships. Literally nothing in this world. Everything has, I mean, that's just from our point of view, humans' point of view, is, all these things, we want to keep them. We want to hold them dear. We want to hold them close. And if a relationship ends, it may just be that, usually when a relationship ends, it means that it's making space for something new to come into your life. Maybe you've changed, or your partner has changed, and, you're not in sync anymore. But specifically with dealing with loss, we need to realize that, a pet isn't ours. There's no way to keep that. a family member isn't ours. And once you kind of realize that we can't keep anything forever, you just can't. Because even our bodies, we are going to die at some point. I know these are things that like you don't really want to think about, you don't want to hear about, you don't want to go into, right? They're intense things, but when you start to look at life that way, when you know, when you realize that nothing, even life, is able to sustain itself forever. And you know, there's a whole different universe out there that's experiencing these things differently, right? You know, we don't mourn a star when a star dies, but we mourn a family member. And I'm not saying either. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong to mourn a family member. Of course, you're gonna feel that pain, but there's just a bigger picture out there, right? Everything kind of just keeps flowing, and it's just different phases, and we don't totally understand it, but you know, even though we may think life is done, or you know, my pet is gone, you know, there's so much other things at work. There's so much beauty. And just on a personal human level, you know, those times that you spent together, or the moments that you had, or the little things that you used to do with that pet or that person, those memories are forever as well. And you just need to know that you did everything you could. And the fact that you're feeling this pain means that you loved that person or that animal dearly. And that's such a great thing. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and even say that myself, that, you know, if a family member passed away tomorrow, that I would just be okay with it. I wouldn't. I would grieve just like you. I would feel pain just like you. I would feel sadness. And maybe for moments I would think, oh, I wish I did more. You know, I wish. But eventually, because I'm able to bring myself into the moment, I would come out of that. And I would know that I want to go into that emotion, whatever that emotion is. And yeah, I mean, life, when you get to a certain age, you start seeing family members passing away, and pets that you grew up with. You know, the age that I'm at is like kind of the beginning of that. And it's just thinking about it now is like making me emotional. And, you know, we just need to try to deal with it the best way we can. And it's usually not about thinking about. It's not going into thought, and you can't really think through processes like this. You have to experience the emotion that's happening in your body and let that pass. And you know, people might tell you, you got to get over it. You can just buy a new cat. Like, people don't understand as well, right? And it's hard. This is maybe the hardest thing that I'm ever going to talk about, because it's so unknown to us, right? But once you're able to let go of everything in your life before it's gone, then you really are able to enjoy the moments that you have. Because, you know, we all, maybe we have relationships now, and maybe we have parents or grandparents that are getting older, and we're so scared that they're going to pass away. And the truth is, they are. But when you put yourself in the moment, when you're able to go into the moment, you're seeing them now, and you're having a great time. And you're not thinking about the future when they might pass away, or you're not thinking about the past when you did something shitty to them or they did something shitty to you. You're just able to enjoy these moments with them. And I feel the emotions of just talking about this, and I really hope it helps you. And I really hope you kind of, if you're experiencing this right now, just know that it's okay to feel what you're feeling. And please just try to go into it. Just try to let yourself feel it. Give yourself the okay to feel these things. And you can really apply that to any emotion in your life. And it's going to allow you to go into the moment. Okay, so that's the intense episode, dealing with loss. I'm truly sorry to anybody who's dealing with that. I mean, everybody is, everybody has, everybody will. So feel it, and just know that because life isn't infinite, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, life is infinite. It's going to keep going on and on. Your self, your body might not be, but for the lack of a better word, our souls, our energy is infinite. And that's another beautiful thing that is hard to define, hard to conceptualize, right? So just know life is amazing. And the moments that we have on this world are very precious. These moments right now, I might not be in Hawaii scuba diving or, going traveling right now, but I'm living. I'm here. I'm present. So just enjoy it. Anyways, I just want to end off. I kind of stopped doing this, but some tips on how to bring yourself into the moment. First is taking a conscious breath. That's a breath that you consciously decide to do. And using your senses, your visuals, what do you see around you? I see a light in front of me. See a light over there. See some paintings on the wall. What do you hear? I hear my voice. You probably hear my voice. Well, I'm sure you do. I hear the fan of my computer. What can you touch? I'm touching my computer desk, touching my mouse. Feel those things. Those are some tips to bring you into the moment. And I just want to say thank you for watching. I know this is a tough subject. And if maybe somebody who's dealing with these type of things, if you want to show them the video, that'd be great. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in these type of things. If you like the video, if you think it helps you, because it helps me as well. So honestly, thank you for watching. Take care. Peace.